how can we bring that together and really build a new future, a society of the future that I believe can be just absolutely amazing, way beyond anything that we've ever seen, experienced, or even thought about.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think on the same theme of diversity, and and we see more of that in the post-pandemic, right? The
Yes.
world is so well connected, and this is a question which I often get, and I want to put it up to you that, especially as leaders, right? When you're talking about multi-ethnic, multicultural teams, how do you? And another word that is like popular in leadership circles is authenticity. So how do you speak authentically while still being sensitively aligned to different cultures, right? And there's another word, politically correct, I think, especially when you move towards like senior leadership, where they can speak something to one audience, but a different audience might interpret it in a very different way, and then that can create a controversy, or that can create a distraction for their business. So how do you advise global leaders, whether business or political, to speak to multicultural, multi-ethnic audiences, and how can they be authentic, right? How can they be themselves and speak confidently, speak powerfully, or where do they draw the line, like to change their messaging based on who they are speaking to?
I think there's a lot of, call it common sense, that comes into some of these equations that many times we skip past because we jump too far into a path. But I mean, it really starts with understand your audience. I personally, when I prepare to do a keynote, I spend a lot of time with the organizer to understand who are the people that are going to be in the room. What are their objectives? What are their fears? What are their concerns? So start with understanding your audience and your market. And if you don't know people in a particular geo, probably know people that do know them. So understand as best as one can the basic parameters.
Yeah.
Then secondly, once you understand that, define what your objectives are, what are the main points that you want to get across, and compare that back to the mindset of the people. And think about what, if they're here and I want to get them here, what will cross that divide? How can I move them with me as opposed to talking at them? So thinking about it from the audience, the customer's viewpoint, you could mitigate a lot of those challenges.
Yeah. Thank you. I think one key part which I could see there was listening, right? And understanding. So before thinking about what should I say, how should I say, it's like listening, understanding, like who is the audience, and then that will guide you in what to say, how to communicate. So thank you for that. I think that's a very important missing piece that we don't speak about, because like listening is almost silent by definition, but it's so important.
Most important part of any conversation is listening.
Absolutely. Yeah.